Assalamualaikum and hi. So my name is Airil Redzuan bin Sani. I'm from PIC 2, semester 3. So today I will demonstrate my automatic bearing insertion system using fluid sim. Yeah, this is fluid sim. So I will explain how the original circuit works and also show the improved version that can insert 5 bearings per cycle with added safety features. So stay tuned. So for the test 1, we need to press switch 1 and switch 2 before we press the S1 and S2. We need to press the control button on the keyboard, and then we press or push S1 and S2. So this acts as safety control buttons. So one press, the timer start counting for 10 seconds before the next operation begins. So after the countdown, the machine will push bearings from A0 to A1 after Y1 and Y2 triggers. I means A0 will move to A1 after Y1 is triggered, and then Y2 will trigger too. So uh, this process sorry okay sorry so for the test 1, we need to press the control button on the keyboard and then push the S1 or switch 1 buttons and switch 2 buttons. So this acts as safety control buttons. So one press, the timer start counting for 10 seconds before the next operation begins. So after the countdown, the machine will push the bearings uh, after Y1 trigger from A0 will activate and move to A1, and after that Y2 will trigger too. So uh, this process uh, we do to ensure the bearing are correctly positioned. So at this point, the process will be stopped because we need to push the PS1 button manually. So before I press PS1 manually, uh, I will click the start button. We click OK, OK, and yes. So press control button S1 and S2, start counting for 10 seconds. Yeah. So move from A0 to A1 for one time only. So yeah. So next, uh, we will press manually the inductive switch, which is PS1. This will activate the or trigger the Y3 to activate the B0 to move to B1, and then Y4 will trigger too. So next, I will press the PS1 or inductive switch. So after I press PS1, Y3 will trigger, and it makes B0 activates and move to B1, and Y4 will trigger too. So uh, this make the process of stamping. So the stamping operation is repeated for 7 times for this bearing. This one, 7 times for this bearing. So once the bearing is done stamped, uh, the bearing will be transferred to the loading bay by the double acting cylinder, which this one is a double acting cylinder, moving from C0 and C1. So when the bearing reach the loading bay, a 5-second times sorry a 5-second timer will start count. So after the delay, uh, the buzzer will trigger and to notify that the process for this bearing has been successfully completed. So before we go to the next stage, I need to show you guys what happened when I push the or press the PS1. So I press the PS1, start counter 7 times to stamper the bearings and count for 5 seconds. And yeah, the bearing no sorry the buzzer triggered. So after uh, the process has been successfully completed, so the next part is to reset the circuit. So to reset the circuit, we need to press switch 0 only, not switch 3, switch 1 or switch 2. Switch 0 only to cut off the electrical path. So this step is very important to prevent errors during the reset process. So I click or press the S0, and yeah, the timer and the counter will reset to their initial value. So after I press the S0, alright. So after the process are successfully completed, the next part is we need to reset the circuit. So to reset the circuit, we need to press switch 0 only, not the others switch. So this process we need to do because to cut off the electrical path. So this step is very important to prevent errors during the reset process. So I press the S0, and yeah, the electrical paths are cut off. And the next part is I will press the S3 switch or switch 3 to reset all the timer and counter in this circuit, like this. And yeah, timer will start uh, reset to the initial value, and the counter uh, 7 times will set to the initial value. So finally, the process can be restarted by pressing again switch 1 and switch 2 using press the control button first. So I think that's all for assignment 1 and for assignment 1 task 1. So for the task 2, first we need to press the control buttons on the keyboard, and then press the switch 1 and switch 2. So this button will act as a safety control button. So once pressed, the timer will start counting for 10 seconds before the next operation begins. So after the countdown, the machine will push bearing when Y1 is triggered, and then A0 will be activated and move to A1, and then Y2 will trigger too. So this make the cycle 5 times repeating to ensure all bearings are correctly positioned. So at this point, the indicator lamp will turns on, signaling as a signal that 5 bearings are ready on the track. So before we go to the next part, which is PS1, because PS1 we need to press manually. So before we go to the next part, I will show you guys uh, to start or to on this circuit. So click the start button. Okay, okay, and yes. So just like I say, we need to press the control button on the keyboard, press S1 and S2, and the timer start count for 10 seconds. And then Y1 will trigger, A0 will move to A1 for uh, for 5 times, and then the lamp will turn on. So uh, when the lamp is turned on, I will push the or press the PS1, which is inductive switch. So after we push or press the PS1 manually, the this make Y3 in the solenoid valve triggered, and then it's make the B0 activates, and move to the B1. B0 move to the B1, and then make Y4 trigger 2. So it makes the starting process, which is a stamping process. So the stamping operation is repeated 7 times for each bearing. So once all 5 bearings have been stamped, they are transferred to the loading bay by the double acting cylinder moving from C0 to the C1. Once all 5 bearings have been stamped, they are transferred to the loading bay by double acting cylinder moving from C0 to C1. So when the bearing reach the loading bay, a 5-second timer will be start. So after the delay, the lamp and the buzzer will trigger to notify that the process for 5 bearings has been successfully completed. So I will show you guys how it happens. So I press the PS1 and start to count for 7 times. Move counter for 5 seconds to loading bay. Timer count for 5 seconds. Alarm and buzzer will trigger to notify that the process are successfully complete. So the next part is to reset the circuit. So to reset the circuit, we need to press switch 0 only, not switch 3 or switch 1 or switch 2 to cut off the electrical path. So this step is very important to prevent errors during the reset process. So we need to press S0 only, like this one. So the next part is we need to press the switch 3 to reset all the timers and the counter to the initial value, like this one. Timer will go back to their initial value, which is 10 second, and the counter will reset to 5 times and 7 times and the others. So finally, the process can be restarted by pressing switch 1 and switch 2 again with press the control button first. So I think that's all for the task 2. So this concludes my project presentation on the automatic bearing insertion system. So thank you for watching. Bye.